Hello there, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to talk about New World. Yes, New World, the brand new MMORPG developed by Amazon Games, releasing now on September 28th, after a small delay from the previous release date, which I believe was August 31st. So yeah, in this video, we're basically going to talk about New World features that aren't in the game from a WoW player's point of view. But before we get into all of that, I just want to shout out my Twitch. If you want to see me streaming over on Twitch, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM. Every single day, we've been streaming New World beta, World of Warcraft, basically any game that we just kind of fancy playing. So yeah, if you want to check me out and stream, guys, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM. Okay, so as I said, this is 10 features that are not in New World from a WoW player's perspective. As you guys know, been playing WoW for 15 years. I did dive into the New World beta. I think I've got about 30 hours in there, which isn't a massive amount, but I did play the game quite a bit, and I really did enjoy my time there. And it is very different to World of Warcraft, so I can see myself once it releases, playing it quite a bit and hopefully enjoying it. But yeah, this video is basically going through different features that are in WoW that aren't in New World, or you won't expect to see in New World. Now that's not to say they might not come up eventually, but as of the beta, this is kind of the list that I've got. Now, some of them are big things, some of them are little things, and yeah, but 10 things nonetheless. So, let's just dive into it. The first one being traditional classes. Yeah, traditional classes. World of Warcraft has a bunch of classes, warrior, hunter, druid, rogue, everything, right? They have all of these different classes that you choose from the very start, and New World does not have that. New World's class system is based off of weapons. So essentially, if you are wielding a two-handed mace, you'll be going down the mace tree and building up talent points through the mace and leveling up your mace skill, which will give you new abilities and new passive effects and things like that. And that is how the class system works in New World. So if you have a life staff, for example, that'll be your healing, so you'll be a healer if you do that, but you can also wield two weapons. So essentially, you can have two classes at the same time, which is really, really cool. And I do love the way that they do that. I know some other MMOs do a system similar to that, and I really do enjoy it. And as I said, it's different enough to WoW for me to enjoy that system, and it's not something I've ever played before in a game. So yeah, I really like that a lot. A few extra things, I guess, on top of the fact that there's no traditional classes. As of beta, there is no dual wield. There's no kind of rogue type class. There's no pet class, which is a little bit upsetting. And the weirdest thing, and this one kind of irked me, I think they might change this, but essentially if you want to rock a one-hander and a shield, you can only wear a sword. So if you have a one-handed hatchet, you can't wear a shield with that, which is a little bit strange. Two-handed weapons do exist, but yeah, if you have like a one-handed axe, you can't wear a shield with it. The shield will actually sit on your back as well, which is even stranger. But yeah, essentially the only way to wear a shield is if you have a one-handed sword with that. So yeah, that's kind of the abridged version of classes in New World. There's a lot deeper into it. We're trying to keep this kind of short. So yeah, number one is that there's no traditional classes in New World. Next up is races. Yeah, races. There's only one race in New World, and that is human. You're not going to be getting any orcs. You're not going to be getting any like reptilian races or anything like that. You literally just got human. Now, there is a lot of customization options in the game, and I really do like the character create screen. It's really fun, and there's a lot of different stuff you can do. You can really go kind of wild with it. So yeah, the only race, unfortunately, as of right now in New World is humans, and actually outside in the world as well, there's basically only humans as well. So there's no like out of planet creatures or anything like that. It's kind of a bit more realistic in a sense, I suppose, a little bit more, I guess low fantasy is the term that people use, I'm not really sure, but essentially, yeah, there's no like crazy races like you'd get in World of Warcraft. I guess while we're talking about races, number three would also be that there's no barbershop or recustomization. Now, this is something I'm not 100% sure. As I said, I only did get 30 hours into the game, but as far as I'm aware, there is no barbershop or option to recustomize your character once you're in the game. Now, that's, again, just from my experience, I'm not 100% sure if that is something that isn't in the game, but I did not witness it while playing. Now, there is an in-game store, and there could be a choice there, but yeah, as of, you know, my experience, I did not see a barbershop or a way to recustomize your character once you've created it once. The next one is that there are no mounts in New World. Yes, you will not be riding a mount, you will not be riding a horse, or anything like that, or a bear, or any sort of creature in New World. As of beta, no word on mounts. That is something that really did kind of get annoying at times when I was playing it, having to run to different areas. Now, there is quick travel, which we'll talk about in a minute, but yeah, no mounts will be available in New World. I think they did mention that there might be an idea for mounts in the future, but as of probably launch and the beta, there is no mounts in New World. So no mount collecting, no mount offs, no nothing like that, unfortunately, but we'll see in the future. But yeah, On launch, nothing. Number 5, as I mentioned, there is fast travel. So fast travel is a thing that is across the game. You could do this from different fast travel locations or in like rested locations. So one thing you won't see is griffins or flight points or anything like that. And this one was actually kind of the basis of the video. I kind of realized this while streaming that the coolest thing about griffins and flight points is that you fly over the world and you see the world from a point of view that you wouldn't traditionally see. Now I know, as I said, this is kind of low fantasy, so you probably won't see griffins in the game anyway, but there's definitely alternatives. You know, you can have zeppelins or things like that, I don't know. But essentially, yeah, you will not be flying over the zone. And I think the example that I kind of gave at the time was like when you fly from Stormwind to Ironforge and you fly over the Burning Steppes and Searing Gorge and you see these areas that you're, you know, super low level, you're like, oh my god, when am I going to go there? That looks terrifying. And I think there's something to be said about that, and I love that a lot. So I would love to see some sort of system like this in New World, just to be able to kind of like shimmy over the top of like high-level zones and see the dangers that await you later on in life. I think it's motivating, I think it's cool, and I hope they do something like that. But yeah, we will not be seeing any sort of flight point in New World. We've only got fast travel or quick travel as of right now. The next thing is a dungeon finder. Yeah, the dungeon finder, a very contentious system in World of Warcraft, but in New World you will not have a dungeon finder of sorts. You will have to go back to traditional sort of spamming the world chat, trying to get a group through that. The beta was very active, so it was very easy to get groups. So once you do actually gather your group, you have to go to the door and then kind of click a portal that kind of ports you in. So it is a sort of dungeon finder in regards to like porting you into the dungeon, but yeah, there's no kind of like sign up or billboard or anything like that to sign up for dungeons. You're gonna have to go back to the kind of classic way of doing it, looking for more X dungeon or whatever, and then gathering your group up like that. Of course, you will have the Holy Trinity as well, tanks, healers, and DPS, along with, you know, other different hybrid classes and whatnot. But as I said, the class system's very, very cool, so you can kind of dance around with that quite a bit. But yeah, so no dungeon finder will be in New World. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Let me know in the comments. Number 7 is no minimap. Yes, no minimap in New World. You have this kind of compass at the top. This is something we've seen in various other games, of course. The one that comes to mind is, of course, Elder Scrolls. This does point you to different questing locations. There is a normal map, so you can press map and just bring up the entire map normally. This does take up the entire screen, just like it would do in like Classic WoW, like it used to. Obviously in Retail WoW now, you just have a smaller map that you can still run around and do stuff with. But yeah, so as of beta, there is no minimap in New World. There's actually this really big space in the top left as well, where you could probably fit a minimap. Now, is this to say this might come in the future? Who knows? But as of right now, we are literally just stuck with the kind of compass system that you've seen in other games. Another feature that's not going to be in New World is add-ons. Yeah, no add-ons currently in New World. I don't think there is even an option to add them. Is this something they might add in the future? Potentially. Obviously, add-ons do get a little bit out of control, and they create different environments for different types of gameplay, speaking of World of Warcraft. So yeah, will there be add-ons in New World? I'm not too sure, but as of launch, there will not be any add-ons for New World. Another short one, number 9, is no corpse runs. Yeah, you die in New World, you just port back to where you've set up a camp or the local town. That's pretty much it. There's no, you know, ghost form, there's no running back to your body, nothing like that. You don't drop anything when you die or anything like that, but essentially, yeah, you die in an area, you're going to just port back to the local town if you haven't set up a camp. If you set up a camp, you basically create a graveyard of sorts. But yeah, essentially when you die to New World, you just spawn back at the graveyard or the town, pretty much. So yeah, that's kind of simple. And the final one, again, another very simple one, is that there's no tab targeting or traditional targeting that you'd see in a game like World of Warcraft. You can't click on NPCs, you can't focus on NPCs, essentially. Pretty much, yeah, just swinging and hoping. That's how the target system works in New World, and that is fine because of the way that the game plays, in the very limited amount of abilities and the way that you kind of attack things. So yeah, you're not going to be seeing tab targeting or any sort of targeting system in New World as of beta. Will this come in the future? I don't know. I don't think it really fits in the way that the combat works. But yeah, you're not going to be seeing tab targeting or traditional targeting in New World. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the 10 features I could think of that aren't in New World from a WoW player's point of view. Let me know down below, guys. Let me know if you have any more kind of features that you know off the top of your head that are in WoW and not in New World. I would love to know. I really just kind of got this list together, and then I was like, man, I bet there's so many more, and I just can't think of them. I bet they're super obvious. So yeah, as I said, guys, please do let me know down in the comments below if you have any more. I'd love to hear them, and I'd love to see what kind of things you come out. As I said, New World does release on September 28th. I will be streaming it over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MrGM. But before I go, guys, I'd like to give a shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. And if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members. And as I said, I am now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. We're just trying out other games for now. We're not really streaming World of Warcraft currently. And obviously, once the New World releases in September, we're going to be diving into that. So if you want to check me out on stream, guys, twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.